Great. Awesome. Cool. So you've literally never played a Pokemon game before, right?
Nope.
Okay, so let's get you set up, and then before we jump into it, we're gonna kind of like talk about what it is. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna post, you see the red button that says Team Builder?
Yeah.
You're gonna click on that, and then New Team. And then in the top right, it says Import Export. And you're just gonna paste this URL in there.
Oh my God, you just have a team ready for me?
Yes, so your coach did this for you. So you have a full team, and they also sent you a pretty detailed list of instructions. Yes, just click import and then paste the link, and then hit import. In the top right, it says import export. Click that again. Awesome. Sorry, top left, below. Yep, right there. And then
my God.
There's a lot of formats. So you see on the far left, the second one, the second blue category down says SV doubles.
Yeah.
You want VGC 2023 Series 1, the very bottom one. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now we're ready. Like now you are theoretically ready to battle. You have a team, you're in the right format, and yeah, you're like ready to go. Let's start with, there's a bunch of different Pokemon. Kind of like, you can think of Pokemon kind of as champions in TFT. They don't function, I can't make League analogies. I'm really sorry. I've never played League. But I would imagine that it's somewhat similar. So each Pokemon has different stats, different base stats. And they like function in different ways, and they are good at some things and they're bad at other things. So like, yes, you might have like a backliner, right, in TFT, or like a frontliner, right? Those same kind of concepts apply to Pokemon. You have some Pokemon that are like utility, so they do stuff like the equivalent of CC, or they like debuff your opponent. So that's like kind of the basics, right? So you have all these different characters. Right now there are 400 in the game. You don't need to know all of them. In fact, you basically only need to know very few of them.
Oh, thank God.
Does that make sense so far?
My opponents are also only going to play a very few?
Yeah, so basically the way that it works, the way that this tournament works is that there's something of a meta. So like everybody, when you enter the tournament, they have to lock in the team that they're using. So even if all 8 contestants each use, 6 different Pokemon, you're not looking at that much more than like, let's say, much more than like, it's under 50 total Pokemon if every single Pokemon was unique, right? But they're not going to be unique. There's going to be a lot of overlap, because like the ones at the top are like very good, and some of the ones at the bottom are like very bad. Any questions so far?
Yes, very many actually.
Yeah, hit me.
All right, I'll start rapid firing them. Okay, first one. I assume 50 is the max level?
Yeah, so basically, in tournament, everything gets auto set to 50. Technically, you can go above. There's like up to level 100. If you have like a level 1 Pokemon, when you enter the tournament mode, everything gets set to level 50 to kind of alleviate, because it's not about grinding to get the Pokemon to the right level. It's just about the way that they're trained. You don't need to worry about levels though. Like your coach has like prepared this whole team for you in the actual game itself, and so you won't have to do any of the work in terms of getting.
I just have to pilot. I don't have to plan.
Exactly.
Okay. And what are items / how many items are there?
There are a lot of items. Yeah, go ahead.
My God, I'm just looking through the list.
There's a lot, but I would say the overwhelming majority of these do nothing. You're actually in the category where like they literally do nothing. Like these items, if you hold them, like will do absolutely nothing. So I would say there's probably about 10 items are about top tier. I would say maybe like 20 to 20 is kind of pushing it, are like viable.
Okay, and then what is the difference between ability and moves?
Sure. So the ability is like a passive effect. So the passives are like your item. So sorry, let me back up.
Oh, I see it.
Exactly. So every Pokemon has between 1 and 3 abilities that it can learn. And those abilities do something interesting. So for example, your Armarouge, which is the second Pokemon down, it has the ability Flash Fire. And what that does is it says, okay, like if this guy if somebody tries to use a fire type attack against Armarouge, instead of doing damage, like it will do 0 damage and it will make him stronger. Whereas any other Pokemon that doesn't have that ability will just take damage from fire type attack.
Wait, why would anyone use a fire move into him?
Well, maybe you have a Pokemon that's weak to fire and then you switch him in, because you can switch around your Pokemon. So you can like, your Kingambit, the 4th one down, is weak to fire type attack. So maybe they're like, oh, Kingambit will hit that with a fire type move. And then you switch in Armarouge and now you take 0 damage and you like get the free switch and you power up basically.
This is so many, there's too many options.
Yes, but you don't need to know like most of them. Like a lot of them are more niche, and a lot of them like you have options, but like your coach is kind of giving you like the best starting point. And so if you say, hey, I'm having trouble in this scenario, then we can just swap out the move. So you don't need to like know all of the moves,
All right. Next question. Is Rotom a washing machine?
Yes. So Rotom is, if you spell Rotom backwards, it's the word motor. And the premise is that there are 6 different forms where he goes into different appliances and gets different types. So the washing machine is the water form. There's an oven, which is the fire form. The lawnmower is the grass form. So It's funny and it's cute, but it's also a good Pokemon.
Okay. Oh wow. A lot of people just use this website just to play casual Pokemon games.
Yeah, so this is like one of the most popular ways of playing Pokemon because yeah, it's just so easy. So let's just go with our default. Let's not even worry about what the opponent's doing. Let's do Indeedee and Armarouge, and then let's bring Torkoal and Kingambit in the back. Let's just bring the first 4 here, and you can kind of get the.
So 2 people are like not playing in every battle. You look at their team and you figure out which 2 people are not relevant. Okay.
Exactly, but remember so for this, yes, in the tournament it's going to be 2 out of 3. So like, let's say you're like, oh, I'm going to leave this Pokemon, and then you're like, wait, that Pokemon actually would have been really good. The next game you can adapt and bring a different like group of Pokemon. And now you're just waiting for your opponent to choose what to do, because you'll lock in your moves at the same time. Yeah.
This guy also has Indeedee. What happens if we both use Trick Room?
So if you both use Trick Room, it gets reversed. Like, or like it doesn't go up. So yeah.
Amoonguss.
So Amoonguss is kind of scary.
That's actually his name, Amoonguss.
Yeah, and it came out before the game.
So I just started Trick Room.
Yes. So okay. Yeah. So do you have the document that your coach set up?
Yeah.
So if you look at it, you're gonna look. So we've led the Pokemon. You see in turn 1, I'm gonna highlight it for you. It says if your opponent sends out a Pokemon that knows Spore or Earthquake, so you're gonna go for let me just see what the flowchart says. Yeah. You're gonna go for Follow Me with Indeedee. And you're gonna go hit the Terrastalize button. The grass, it's below the moves.
Oh.
Yep, and you're gonna click Trick Room.
I turn into a grass type Pokemon?
Yes. So the gimmick, each Pokemon game kind of has its own unique. Oh shit. Okay, that's my bad.
I just died.
Yeah, that was my bad. I didn't realize I was gonna kill you. Okay.
But I just went in, got and then quit.
And actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna run and get water really quickly because my throat's a little dry.
Can I play a battle on my own and just see how I do?
Go for it, please.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, fuck yeah.
No.
All right. Let's see if we can make Coach proud. I have no idea. I'm slowly learning, but wow, this is a massive info dump. Oh, my brain hurts, but I kind of get it. I kind of understand the basics. I expect to get owned, but let's see what we can do here. Let's see if the Pog people can still get it. If you want to invest in the Pog people right now, type +1. If you want to sell your stocks, type -1. So this flowchart is like very confusing for me. I assume it'll get more understandable later. So I need to look for Trick Room, Spore, Earthquake. None? Okay, then I'm just gonna do the same thing as before. I'm just gonna do the follow.
All right, I'm back. Room. But how about I just watch, and if you have questions, I'll answer them. But otherwise, I'll just. All right.
I'll think out loud then, just so you can hear what I'm feeling so far. Okay, so I didn't notice any of the abilities that are scary, so I'm going to go Follow Me Trick Room. Yeah. I'm down for you to just watch one fight and then talk afterwards.
Oh, this is a counter team. This is the counter to your. So what Imprison does is it basically stops Trick Room, and you can't use Trick Room until you kill Farigiraf, which is a problem. This is like it's
what
very
the hell?
neat. Yeah, it's not very popular because you have to devote like multiple moves just to do it, but it works very well here. You can still win this, but yeah, it's unfortunately in the tournament as well. You would see if they had Imprison, so you would know like, oh, I have to kill this thing first, you know?
Oh, okay. Wait, I don't even see Imprison in the list of possible abilities.
Oh, sorry. Abilities and moves are different. So it doesn't show you the possible moves. It only shows you the possible abilities. And so abilities, like, what you're looking out for are the moves, unfortunately. So
so you should like, get a good feel for it over time.
Exactly. But in the tournament, you'll be able to see all their moves because we're playing in a format where like all the moves are public, so you don't get caught off guard by stuff like this and just immediately lose.
Am I just screwed, or do you think there's a way out of this?
I think you can. So you can. Your Armarouge can kill the Quick Quavel, which is good. I think you can get out of this. So why don't I? So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna click Follow Me to keep your Armarouge safe. We're gonna click Expanding Force and just say, all right, you're faster, but we're still getting damage down. You know?
Okay. Goodbye, Indeedee.
Yeah, you're gonna trade 1 for 1, and you're gonna take a little more damage than you'd like here, but you're not gonna take that much. So this is actually a really good time for Kingambit because Kingambit matches up very well into Farigiraf.
Oh, okay. All right, it's time. Kingambit, go. What was that sound?
That was probably me drinking water, I think.
No, it sounded like ee.
Oh, each Pokemon does a cry. So like whenever a Pokemon is sent out, it will play its cry, and you have the sound effects on, so you might have heard one of the cries.
If I target Farigiraf and Farigiraf is dead, what will happen?
Then you get your moves back, which is great.
Wait, what?
Like right now, it's stealing your moves. Like it says, hey, any moves that I know you can't use. And so when it goes down, that goes away.
I mean, like, will I miss if he's already dead?
Oh, shoot. Sorry, what was the question?
I'm dead. I was just gonna ask if King Gambit happened to kill him, would my Armor Rouge just miss, or would it like attack the next Pokemon?
It would redirect into the partner, which is cool. So you can always, yeah. With the only exception to that is Dondozo and Tatsugiri. Like that's the only time it won't redirect. But any other Pokemon, if if you know you're gonna KO one Pokemon, you can just double attack into it.
Wait, this guy just like kicked my ass.
Yeah, so he's basically, this is like a counter team. You could still win. It's not impossible.
Oh, okay. I'd like to see how you try to wiggle your way out of this. This seems like really doomed to me. I would blame more dog here.
Yeah, it's looking hard. You can Kowtow Cleave again into the Farigiraf, and you can Flamethrower the Farigiraf. Because if you kill with King Gambit, or you can Flamethrower the partner too, but like basically if you kill it, it'll just redirect. So this way, like, nice. Okay, that's good. So you live that, right? And now it's a 2 versus 2. So it all depends on what their last Pokemon is.
What was this Protect? It just blocks one ability?
Yeah, Protect is one of the better moves in the game. It says it makes it so a Pokemon takes no damage, but only for 1 turn.
Okay.
So here, that's a fire type, and you're weak to fire with King Gambit, so you're going to Terastallize to keep yourself safe. And I think you should probably... I think the more threatening Pokemon is the Volcarona, so we're going to Terastallize, and we're going to Kowtow Cleave, which is like the default move, into the Volcarona. And you're also going to Flamethrower that slot. Because if you kill this Volcarona, you can win. Now, it's not likely, I think, but it's not impossible either.
Okay.
Because you're probably... Basically, this is where Trick Room's really important. Because if you were attacking first here, you would always win here. But because you're attacking second, it just becomes a lot harder.
So he might kill me. He's going to target my Torkoal.
He's going to target your King Gambit. He's probably going to attack one with each. And I think either could survive, but I'm not possible. Looks like... Okay.
Oh.
You survive? Oh, they have this ability... Oh, okay. This is... Don't even... Just pretend this never happened. Honestly, this is like a very niche, weird strategy that you will never see again. So just forget this one happened.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what happened.
Great. This is a more standard team. This is like totally something you could play against.
Infernipple.
There's a Pokemon called Infernape, so I think that's probably a joke.
Oh.
That.
So what is this guy? He's like a tree?
So he's a cheese stick. That's probably not helpful.
He's a cheese stick?
I think he looks like a cheese stick. He's not actually a cheese stick. So he's made of solid gold.
Oh, okay, that's more normal.
Goldango, and he's the 1000th Pokemon. And so they're like, for the 1000th Pokemon, let's make it super broken. So he's super broken. He does a ton of damage. He's just a real jerk. He's like a real pain to deal with, but he's not unbeatable. Like you can totally beat him. Basically, his thing is he just puts out a ton of damage. The thing is, and so normally that's really bad, but 4 out of your 6 Pokemon resist his strong attack, and that's basically the only ones that don't resist are Indeedee, who can survive a hit anyway, and Garchomp, who we'll get into Garchomp at some point later.
Okay. Do you ever like see the battle? You're like, oh, I lost already, or oh, I won already.
Sometimes I feel like what I will think is if my opponent makes the correct moves, I should always lose this. But that's also part of like team construction, right? So like when I build my teams, I try to build them so that like no matter what, I always at least get to play the game. You know, I always have a fighting thought. You know.
Okay.
Okay, so here, this is a Pokemon. I'm going to tell you, Garchomp is a Pokemon that has Earthquake.
Okay.
So in our flow chart, what we want to do is we're going to want to. Let me just check.
Terastallize.
Yep, Terastallize Armor so it becomes grass and use the moves below, but I don't think they actually wrote this out. So you're going to Trick Room with your Indeedee, and you're going to Terastallize to grass and just attack with Armor with Expanding Force here.
Why does it give me a third option to target somebody?
So because this turn went really well, by the way. So basically, Expanding Force like is a weird move in that like it sometimes is single target. Hold on a second here, because we're gonna learn something new here. Let's go through this and then I'll explain later if that's cool. So
sure. If
you ever want to finish off a really low HP Pokemon, you can use Dazzling Gleam, and something I'm sure it's on this list somewhere. Dark. There's some Pokemon. There's a type called Dark, and Dark type Pokemon are immune to Psychic type attacks. So you saw there when you tried to Expanding Force the Murkrow and it did no damage.
Yeah.
So here you want to use Dazzling Gleam to finish off the Garchomp, and you want to use Armor Cannon, which is your other really strong move, and you're gonna hit the Murkrow.
Okay.
Okay, so they switch. Nice. Okay, perfect. And
Wait,
now
that just
you
one-shot him?
Yeah, it's really strong. Like it's even stronger than Expanding Force. But it makes you weaker and it only hits one Pokemon, so Expanding Force is the default. But now you can just there's nothing left that resists Expanding Force. So now you can just
Now just follow me.
Follow me or
right,
Helping
right.
Hand. Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
basically like I told you to follow me the other game because like it was kind of a weird situation, but most of the time Helping Hand is better. If you're ever like unsure though, follow me as a totally safe option. Oh, they live.
This damn washing machine.
Yeah. They're probably holding a specific item that lets them survive. Yeah, and now you just win. You can just keep doing what you're doing.
Dazzling Gleam.
Yep.
Expanding Force.
Yeah, very nice. I feel like you're picking this up quickly.
Wait, the game's already over? I didn't even get to my third or fourth Pokemon.
Yeah, they're dead. They're super dead. This game's omega over.
Why do I have like a debuff on everyone?
So yes, you see that Pokemon? I guess you can't see it anymore because you killed it. There's a Pokemon called Arcanine, and what he says is he has this ability called Intimidate. Arcanine, Gyarados also has it. It's not. It doesn't actually matter for you. Basically, it's a really good ability that says. Sorry, there's a lot to explain. There are each Pokemon has 6 stats, okay? And the stats are speed, and you know what speed does, right? Your health, which like your health is just when your health hits 0, you die, right? So those are easy enough. And then there is the attack and defense stat, and basically when you attack, you if you use an attack that like uses the attack stat, which not everyone does, it will calculate how much damage it does based on how much attack you have and how much defense the opponent has, okay? And there's also another category of move called special attack and special defense. And so
that's just like AP.
AP and AD. So there's AP and then there's AP defense and there's AD and there's AD defense. And so when you're calculating, there's MR. Wait, yeah. So there's AP and MR and then there's AD and armor.
Okay, yeah, I can think of it like TFT.
Exactly. So you are using what Arcanine does is he says, okay, lower the AD of all opponents, but your Pokemon are all AP attackers, and the ones that are AD attackers are King Gambit, whose ability says, hey, if you try to lower any of my stats, including my AD goes up a lot. So it's like it is really good if it gets affected by Arcanine, and then Garchomp is holding an item that says make me immune to anything that tries to debuff me.
Okay. I think I'm getting the flow of this.
Yeah, I mean, I am very impressed with how quickly you're improving.
How many different Pokemon am I going to be seeing? Like, how many different Pokemon are possible in this version?
I would say like 200 are possible, but I would guess that you're probably going to see most.
Yeah, like I've seen this bird guy a lot. And
which one? Murkrow, yeah, he's really popular, but you kind of dumpster him. You actually super dumpster him. He's actually, if you see that, you go, yes, this is good for me because he sucks into you.
Let me do this one completely alone.
Yep. I'm gonna look at your chat. I'm gonna look away from the battle. How about that?
Okay.
So I can't accidentally say anything. I will tell. How about this? You would have this information normally, so I will tell you that none of these Pokemon have Wide Guard. None of them have Spore, and the only one with Earthquake is Garchomp, who isn't on the field right now.
Okay. All right, then that's really easy. Then it's just easy follow me Trick Room. Super effective for 14% of my health. Oh, wait, hang on.
That's a weird move. It hits a punch.
I was just immune to the punch. He did nothing. All right,
yes.
I got the Trick Room set up. And let's go ahead and see. He doesn't have any of the moves that counter me. So then it's an easy helping hand because my Armor Rouge is not in any danger. And then I Expanding Force. Doesn't matter which one I use it on. Okay. My God. Okay, and then here we go. This guy is Garchomp. So now I'm scared of... Garchomp has Earthquake, you said?
Yes, but your flowchart is only relevant... Like, you only have to worry about Earthquake before Trick Room goes up, because otherwise... Basically, your flowchart doesn't apply. I mean, you can still Terra here, but you don't have to... It's not part of your flowchart if you already have Trick Room up, basically.
Okay. Oh, wait. I go first, so I...
Yes.
I go first, so I should have just done it.
But you won anyway. He ended up doing a ton of damage to himself. But yeah, exactly. Because, like, there is not a lot of counterplay to Helping Hand and Expanding Force if Trick Room's already up. Like, if Trick Room's up, like...
Yeah, he can't kill me first.
He can't kill you first because you set up Trick Room, exactly. So you could have just Helping Hand Expanding Force and won. But what you did actually won you the game immediately, whereas what I would have recommended would have needed one more turn. So, yeah.
Wait, why did this work out?
He was sure that he was basically what he thought was... He was like, all right. He was like, okay, either he goes Helping Hand Expanding Force and Garchomp dies, in which case it doesn't matter what move I click, or they go for Armor Cannon, which is the move that would have killed Goldengo, in which case Goldengo dies. So basically, if Goldengo's dead, then I should click Earthquake because it would like it's the best move here. And if Garchomp is the one who dies, then it doesn't matter what I clicked. So they went for Earthquake. Earthquake hits all Pokemon, including the partner, though they'll normally pair it with Pokemon who are immune. And so they used Earthquake. They KO'd their Goldengo, their own Pokemon, with Earthquake because they figured either you would kill it or you'd kill Garchomp, so it wouldn't matter. And then Garchomp had an item that said, I'm going to do 10% more damage at the cost of 10% of my health, and you left them with less than 10% of their health, so they ended up killing, like, basically knocking out both of their Pokemon.
The UI is a little way too dank for me, but it's like kind of overwhelming, but I think I understand the basics. All right. Okay, wow, this is awesome. In 90 minutes, you taught me so much. I understand the flow, and in the next 3 days, I'll play, like, a few hours a day, and I'll get to 1400 or something.
Oh, wow.
And just play this comp. And then I'll talk to Gabby about like how to do better. I assume you're going to be busy because you're flying out to LA.
Yeah, I'll have my phone, so I'll do my best. But it might I don't want to I'll do my best, but I can't promise. Like, I probably can't call again. Like, I can look at the chat, but I probably won't be able to call.
Oh, yeah, I saw that you invited a few of my friends are in the tournament. I think Saikun. Wait.
Yeah. Saikuna's in.
I wasn't sure if that was public. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The full roster's out. Saikuno and Lily you're friends with Lily, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to have them because I haven't really worked or talked to them before, but they've been totally lovely. So I'm really excited. So he's a
these
rock
types
type.
Counter me?
Rock types are weak to grass, so you can go. And if you terrestrialize into grass here, you get a damage boost on your grass attack as well because you get the stab bonus that the chat was talking about earlier. So this way, even if they wide guard, you can still blow them up. Oh, they didn't. They must not have had wide guard, which is unusual. You put a dot on you, which is fine because you're gonna kind of like it's not a big dot, and you can kind of like blow them up before anything bad happens.
Okay, but yeah, I saw that Saikuno and Lily are there, and then my favorite YouTuber is there. I'm so excited.
Who's that?
Jaden Animations.
Yeah, Jaden's really sweet. Nice play, very nice play.
Yeah, he can't stop me, right?
Yep,
so
exactly.
This is guaranteed. Wait,
yeah.
Why did he die? Wait.
So he used a move. This Tatsugiri used a move called Substitute, which is it's basically Mimikyu's disguise, but it's a move, and it the way that it works is you have to give up a quarter of your HP, and then you get to block the first attack.
Oh wait, this is like the
mega
combo.
fish. You really want to clear Smog of the thing, and it's weak to grass as well. So
am I just swapping out right now, or am I just gonna let her die?
Your Armourouge will die this turn because of the recoil damage. From every time Armourouge attacks, it has that life orb item, so it loses 10% of its health. So you can kind of just attack, let your Pokemon go down, and then I would helping hand here and try and get as much damage down as possible because you're gonna lose your Pokemon anyway, and it's weak to grass. So that's what I'd recommend.
Okay. And if I target Tatsugiri, does it like lose my attack?
Yeah, that's the one case where it doesn't redirect, so you have to be careful. Oh my gosh, you critical hit there, and if you critical hit, you ignore their buffs, so you just won the game insta.
Okay.
The one Pokemon who Torkoal is like kind of not, so there's only a couple Pokemon who are really take Eruption well, and they're Tatsugiri because Tatsugiri is water and dragon, and both of those types resist fire, which means that Eruption will do a quarter of the damage that it otherwise would do.
Okay.
So Tatsugiri, like, it's not a super offensive Pokemon, but if you see it, it's like that's like one of the Pokemon who Eruption isn't that strong against. The others are like Tyranitar is really good into Torkoal because he turns off the sun because his ability sets up the sand, and sand makes him tankier, and turns off the sun, which makes you weaker. And then Garganacl is really good because it has wide guard. It's also a rock type, so it's just hard to hit with fire moves. And then Armourouge, like is immune to fire type attacks. So those are kind of the big four who are like really good into Torkoal's attacks. Though I think all of them are weak to ground, and you have Earth Power, so it's not like Torkoal's useless against them. But in terms of like clicking Eruption, it's like harder. Oh, and Dondozo as well. You want to clear Smog if you see that. If it is already eaten Tatsugiri, otherwise it will take a lot from Eruption.
Okay. Awesome.
Sorry, that was probably a lot all at once to throw at you.
It's fine. It's enough to like get my mind thinking about it, and then hopefully next time it comes up, I will digest it.
Yeah, you'll learn as you play too. You'll like that's like what's like what I found with teaching people Pokemon is like at first you're like, oh my god, there's like so much to learn. This is overwhelming, and then you start playing and you're like, oh, I'm kind of learning what the Pokemon do. I'm kind of learning what my Pokemon do, and then once you get to that point, it's like it's just really smooth sailing from there. Because as soon as you kind of have an idea of what everything's doing, it becomes it like just clicks,
Okay, so I'll keep playing around with this, and if I have any questions, I'll just ask you on Discord.
Yeah, perfect. Do you have any questions for me before I head out for the night?
I feel like everything was pretty well explained. I know what to do for like the next 3 hours of Pokemon.
Awesome.
I'll just keep practicing this, and then tomorrow I'll talk about I'll talk to Gabby about the other 2 Pokemon on my team.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Oh.
Well, listen, man. Yeah.
Do I need to submit this team? Like, I'll just use this team. I've
Gabby
already
will do
learned
it.
it.
Gabby will do it. You don't have to worry about it. Like if you
Okay.
make just like if you want to make any changes, just talk to Gabby, but Gabby will take care of it for you.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
have a safe flight. I'll see you in
Thank you.
LA
Yeah,
soon.
I'm excited. It's been a while. I'm excited to see you in a couple days.
Yeah, it'll be quite the reunion.
I know. All right, man. Have a good one. Good luck.
You too, man. I'll see you later.
Bye.